Hello, YouTube weight loss community. This is Elizabeth, Finding Elizabeth, and this is like the 4th time I've tried to do this, so we'll see if this works. This is my introduction video as well as my 1 week post, I always get this confused, vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery. Almost 1 week. It's Sunday, and it's Sunday, April 20th, and I had my surgery on Monday, April 14th. I was introduced to watching these videos by Watch Patty Melt, my friend and surgery sister, who had her surgery one day after mine. And I'm not going to look anywhere near as elegant and as put together as she does in her video, so we just need to get that laid out right in the beginning. But she told me about the videos, and I really had a chance to watch some during this week that I've been off recovering from surgery. And I have to say, I was so inspired by, number one, everyone sharing their journeys, and number two, just the close connections that you guys have formed, particularly in listening to some of the videos about the Tampa conference that a lot of people just went to. So I decided that I wanted to join the party. As much as I hate to look at myself on video, I'm going to do it anyway, and hopefully I'll get better as time goes on. So... and sorry, I'm still a little raspy, I think, from the intubation. But I started this journey in December at my highest weight, which was 402 pounds. I had my surgery through Kaiser Permanente, and they require you to go through a 12-week options program, an education program, where they also encourage you during that time to lose 10% of your weight. So I started that program in January and completed it on March 25th, and then had my surgery on April 14th. So on the date of surgery, I weighed 360 pounds, so that's a loss of 42 pounds. And then today I weighed 355, so almost 1 week after surgery. So we're at a total of 40, what was that? 42, 47 pounds? Close to 50, a number that I'm really proud of. And am excited to see grow. Probably, like a lot of you, I've struggled with my weight my entire life in different capacities, or different sides of the scale. Times when I thought I was very overweight when I wasn't, and then times, you know, like before I started the surgery, when I was incredibly overweight and it was getting ready to severely impact my health. I have thought about weight loss surgery for a long time. My son is 17, and the first time I went to a consult with a surgeon, he wasn't, I don't think he was even 6 months old. But I was always nervous about it, and finally this year, I just thought I've had enough. I had gone on OptiFast, lost 75 pounds, kept it off for a year, and gained it back, and I was pretty much at rock bottom, deciding that, you know, my son's getting ready to go off to college. It's time for me to create the kind of life that I want to have. And that part of that, doing that, is taking the help that this surgery can offer. So I'm also interested in the psychological components of this. I wouldn't say I'm a therapy addict, but I've been in psychoanalysis and I'm in therapy now, and may beef that up a little bit as I go through this process. The only things of note that I've noticed so far are, one, that the night before surgery, I was feeling kind of like the night before my son was born. His labor was induced, so I knew he was going to be born the next day. And although I was super, super excited about it, I was also scared and sad to leave behind the life I had, because I knew that it was going to change immensely, and that would be the last night that his dad and I would ever sit around watching TV as we had, you know, for many years, just the two of us. That our relationship and my life was going to change tremendously from that point, and it did for the better. And, you know, I'm certainly ecstatic that happened. And I sort of felt the same way about surgery. You know, obviously this weight is serving me in some capacity, or it wouldn't be here. So the night before surgery, I really started to think that same thought. It's like, here, I'm really excited about this new journey I'm going down. But I'm a little frightened because food has been my constant companion and my sort of, fuck you to the world. When I'm pissed off or whatever, you can't take that away from me. Well, now it's my choice to take it away from myself. So I'm just kind of interested to see how that transpires as we're going through the process. And the other thing that's funny is since surgery, every night I have been dreaming about food. Not that I'm eating it, but that I'm at places where there's just like all this food. Like it's on a rotating conveyor belt. I don't know what that's about, but I'm sure it feeds into those fears of not having that coping mechanism anymore. So, real quick about my surgery, it did kind of kick me in the ass a little more than I was expecting. At the point that I had surgery, I was feeling really good. I'd lost some weight. I was exercising. I had great energy. And I think I was probably in denial about what the impact of the actual surgery was going to be. So I had my surgery 2 o'clock Monday afternoon. They released me from the hospital at 11 the next day. It was I think I was released a little too early. I don't blame it on the doctor so much because I didn't start to get really horribly nauseous until after the doctor had already, started the process of discharging me. But the nurse just wasn't interested in hearing it and didn't want to call the doctor, didn't want to see what could be done, said, you'll feel better soon. So I was extremely nauseous when I got home around noon on Tuesday. Continued to be nauseous and throwing up, which is a lot of fun right after you've had stomach surgery, until like 8 o'clock that night when my dad, who is a physician, recommended that I go to the emergency room, which I did. And at the emergency room, they did a CT scan to see if anything was wrong with the surgery. There was nothing wrong with the surgery. And I ended up staying there overnight, and they were able to get the nausea under control with different anti-nausea medications. Thank God, because there is nothing worse than being nauseous. And I was just as sick as I was, and my mind was like, oh my God, what have I done? If I'm going to feel like this for the rest of my life, I'm screwed. Anyway, I didn't feel like that for the rest of my life. I was better within another day. And by Thursday, I was starting to feel more like myself. I didn't have a whole lot of pain, per se. Some uncomfortableness trying to get down the protein and liquid that they want you to get down. But I stopped taking the pain medication a few days ago, with the exception of one dose before I go to bed at night. I have only gotten in the required amount of protein, which they told me. I hear it's like every doctor says something different, but what my doctor told me was 70 ounces, 70, I keep saying 70 ounces, 70 grams of protein. So I was able to do that yesterday, and I think I'll be able to do that again today. I'm on track for that. I'm not getting in the 64 ounces of water in addition to that protein. I'm probably about 16 over what I'm taking in from my protein shakes. But I'm getting there slowly but surely. I watched a lot of videos over these last few days, and I saw that most everyone in their 1 week post-op video has not just been laying around in bed all week. They're actually going outside and walking around the block. So I did feel good enough to do that today. Went outside, walked, felt great. I really did. And I'm going to do it again as soon as I finish this video, actually, before it gets too dark. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good. I think within a day or two, I'll be back to my normal self. Looking forward to when I can get back to exercising, because I was really, that really motivates me, and I had gotten just more cardiovascularly fit than I'd been in a while, so it felt really good. So anyway, that's my story. I will check back in with you guys next week. I thank you all so much for sharing your stories. It's really so helpful to have as you're going through this process to see what other people are experiencing. So have a great week, and I'll be in touch next week. Bye-bye.